Funny, it just occurred to me. South Park, like 20 years ago, talked about gay cowboys eating pudding. I guess I think that was a Brokeback Mountain movie, which I gotta admit I never saw that movie. Shocking. I know, hey, you want to go see this? No, are you kidding? I missed that one. I missed a lot of movies like that that are just incredibly cringe farming for the Hollywood wine drinking queef huffers. So where's I going with that? Click the links, join channel, become a member here or over at Subscribestar. And I got a mailbox. Mail me some comics or a beanie for winter. So Disney is vagina hurt over the South Park and their accurate roast about Disney in general. And Kathleen Kennedy is a big effing idiot. So South Park had an episode that very gently took aim at Disney and Kennedy. She's the chick who race and sex swaps everything. Where if there's a blonde person, they have to, or red-haired, obviously, they have to replace them. And with a woman, a pox walks, a POC, and make her a fan of comfortable shoes and fish taco type of stuff. Does it sell? It doesn't matter if it's sell. It doesn't matter. What happened to that guy? What's that guy's name? Oh, the comic book hut guy. I was joking around on a live stream and he blocked me for that. It's like, just joking around. Lighten up, dude. So it doesn't matter. Disney's got old IP money coming in and they are burning cash to push this anal, monkeypox type of woke agenda. I probably shouldn't have said that. So they enjoy bending over the fan base and just sodomizing to their heart's delight with their lubed up storylines. But when the South Park guys joke about the Disney cringe propaganda that you're seeing over the past 3 years, I mean, they really took the mask off. They took the mask off and put the strap on. They got triggered by that. I mean, God, they made a bunch of crap movies over the past. Not just Disney, obviously, but Warner Bros. Hey, Wonder Woman 84. Did that kind of really kick off the whole Woo Flu crap movie? Trump's derangement syndrome in 2016. I get that, but then the BLM riots in 2020. So Wonder Woman 84 kicked it off, and then there was like Black Widow, Shang-Chi. What was that G.I. Joe movie where they race swapped out the blonde guy? Which is funny because I watched that with an Asian guy, and I go, actually, because it kind of makes sense. It's like martial arts and the Asian. He goes, no, the guy deliberately made the character blonde because it was set in Vietnam. I have a long discussion with him. It's funny because he's Asian, but he's the most Islamophobic, politically incorrect person I know. He says things like, I was going to live stream with him. He says things like, dude, not only would you get us banned off the platform, I think you get us killed. Where's I going with that? Wonder Woman 84 kicked off a bunch of these stupid Black Widow, and guys, there was a bunch of Suicide Squad Part 2 came out, and then some more Marvel. The Eternals, God, what a effing insult to Kirby and the audience, really. And then the Red Panda movie, I mean, it's not Marvel, but it's Disney. And they came out with a few others that just did not find an audience. Anyway, so the reason these soy, I guess I could have turned off the other phone. These soy bullshit pushies can't laugh at themselves is because they have this whole straw man universe built up in their mind about everyone is just going to love to be educated about stuff, about whatever their Frankfurt School horseshit is telling them. About how horrible they are. They're going to educate the audience about how horrible the audience is. And you go, oh, everyone? You're going to educate everyone? Blacks, Jews, Middle East, Asians? You're going to educate everyone. Well, no, when we say everyone, we mean just Western Europeans, specifically red or blonde hair or green or blue eyes. Like, you're not even going to go out on the edge with dark hair and hazel eyes? I know, like, if you're just hearing me the first time, you think I'm a crazy person talking about this. Honestly, this needs a longer video, like, to go through comics, to go through, like, 500 comics and do a correlation. That'd be like a 5-hour video to really kind of flesh it out. It's just that obvious. But no, when they say they're going to educate the audience about Islamophobia, you go, oh, great, I'm very concerned about all this anti-white misandrist hatred. Can we focus on that? And they go, what are you, crazy? No, the focus is going to be on how much we hate you, and you're the cause of but we're not the cause of anything. We're freaking awesome. We know we're awesome. And anyway, no, they're gonna lecture how much they hate blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, and I only say that because that's what everything in the past 20 years has been about. We're not horrible. We're not the problem. We're the solution. And anyway, so South Park mentions, I got to do a lot of editing on the fly if I want to stay on YouTube another day and get those Get those $2 a day. So South Park mentions how incompetent Kathleen Kennedy is, very much is, and I think when she was younger, she must have had head game just A1. Gold-plated twat skull, if you know what I'm talking about. So she destroys everything she touches by making everything non-Euro and BLT, which nobody wants, especially me. If I'm just being honest, more people need to admit how stupid diversity is, which is funny because I'm going to be seeing the Marvels because Vegan bought me the ticket. Thanks for that, and I'll be sneaking my Halloween candy in. But that's Kathleen Kennedy's model for making crap because everything is PLC and BLTG TV, whatever. Basically, every scene in the future is going to have two obese women in comfortable shoes in the background kissing, except they'll probably be played by men, so they kind of gone full woke circle, like back to Shakespeare days where everyone is played by them. So, how well did Ahsoka Star Wars do? It had a bunch of lame chicks in it. Well, first of all, chicks are sidekick characters. They're not main characters, and they have to be sexy. Think of Princess Leia. You stop trying to turn chicks into dudes and dudes into chicks. It's like, well, I mean, there's really. I actually did a politically incorrect version of this. I'm going to put on Odyssey and Rumble. I am going to put on Odyssey and Rumble because there's so much more to this than what you can see on Google, YouTube. Way to make your YouTube channel appeal to people. The thing is, chicks have to be straight. Movies should have zero BLT characters. No offense. I'm just saying, like I said, BLT, gay people will buy straight movies and comics. The reverse is not true. That's not my rules. That's just the way of the world, and you're not going to propagandize people into wanting that kind of stuff. And you got to get rid of fat chicks and fat people in general. Gross. Nobody's on board with that. Put down the fork, folks. Ahsoka was basically different varieties of Rose Tico, who I may remind you everyone hated, and they should have had a hot blonde instead of Rose Tico in there. She had zero sex appeal, but in their soy brains, appealing to males is evil, and it's actually deeper than that because it goes into the concept of beauty in general. And the Marxist goal to deconstruct and destroy everything because they want rootless, cut off people that are easily controlled. Anyway, so it's the dexterous versus sinister path where we're all about life and fertility and tribalism and Natal, the nation, and the blood family. And that fertility and sex appeal go hand in hand. It's the spring and creating new life and families and strong roots and bonds. And to them, they're as above, so below. We're the as above, the right-hand path. They're the so below, sinister path, where they have to destroy everything so they can enslave it. So families and Natal are evil to them. They make everything ugly and flat. If they do have relationships, they have to push, I'll say, mixed tribe because they have to destroy tribalism and continuity. So people can't form roots. That's why they had Finn and Rose, the only relationship they decided to go forward with. And when people point out their Frankfurt School method, they get butthurt over it. It's why these soy pussies were so triggered by diversity in comics, who was sitting in his car reviewing comics. It shouldn't have been that deep. It was just a real light roast of how stupid mainstream comics are. But the comics are pure propaganda, comics and movies, and they know this. So when you make fun of their propaganda, it's deeply offensive to them because they're so tied, their identity is so tied into their ideology, and they're soy idiots, and they need to be made fun of. We're the Chads, they're the soy boys, and while not all of us may be Chads, all of them are soy boys. And you look at them, and they look exactly like you expect them to look. It's like, dude, if you lost 50 pounds, you wouldn't be a soy boy anymore. You wouldn't be on the left anymore. I guarantee it. That's why Antifa doesn't want their members to exercise and eat right. So they had Indiana Jones. So great, you got them. It's the fifth movie, right? So you're fighting the Germans for the third time, 3 out of 5. I'm rooting for the Germans to break the fourth wall and just come and wipe out Disney. Kennedy is there because Disney wants her there. What they're doing is what they want. These stupid Star Wars streaming shows, the stupid Marvel streaming shows, everything they do is the stupid movies that have been losing money for the past 5 years. This is all by design. They write and approve this crap. The problem is they're all 50-year-old communists stuck in an ultra-wealthy echo chamber or they hate men and European people in general, so their stuff is not selling. They really don't care. The only shot they had to turn Disney around was with The Mandalorian, and then they fired Gina Carano in the most humiliating way they could muster. Disney is lizard people, so they can't make stuff for humans. You're not real to them. You're just cattle to be fed this propaganda. You don't have agency, and they don't understand why their cancer isn't selling anymore. They don't view anyone outside their echo chamber as real. They're personally insulted that the cattle dare to reject the message. In their mind, anyone who disagrees with them is sexy and istophobic. But it's not that we argue that we're not their nomenclature, their lexicon anymore. It's that we're not accepting their framing of the argument because they don't define any of their terms. They're so amorphous that you can't offer a cross-examination and a rebuttal when they don't define anything. So we just can't care about their reframing of their argument. Their worldview is so different that those words have value to them, but to us, they're anti-white racists and misandrists. They're the problem the whole time. So they're trying to educate their audience is pointless because they're the source of the problem. We were always awesome. They're the hateful ones. And the thing is, the left is mentally ill. Like, there's a lot of people on the left who are out and out mentally ill, and they admit it on their social media. The evidence of that is the stuff they're doing to the kids is the proof. So I don't think there's going to be a meeting in the middle with a satanic group that believes in this kind of stuff they're doing to little boys dressed as the opposite, dancing in front of men in strip clubs. Those are irreconcilable differences, and these are all the same people. So we're not gonna come to a satisfaction and accord. And I just did a video the other day about some Hollywood parasites. I don't know if it was Disney or Warner Bros. HBO or something. We're using fake accounts to attack the critics. Why don't you guys just make better? Oh, because we can't. Because again, reptilians, we're evil. We can't create the shadow people. All you have to do is stop with this diversity. It's cringe. And the globalist, the BLT stuff, and you'll find an audience, but they can't because that's who they are. So Hollywood is on the decline. Like I said, you're going to see a massive restructuring in the way people consume video entertainment. I don't know exactly what the future is. It's probably going to be a whole lot smaller because they can't turn it around, because for them, it's the level of religious belief. They're Jim Jones drinking the Kool-Aid type of stuff. So F Hollywood in the A. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Reject the reptilians. Join me over Subscribe Star. Send me some comic books in the mail, and I'll see you guys all next episode.